Hi guys, so I know it's like 1 week left of April, but I still wanted to come and check in on everybody, see how you're doing on your Write On challenge. I've had a insane April, and so I definitely planned to do this a long time ago. My kits did kind of come kind of late. It was maybe a week or so into April already before I actually received it. I think, or just right before April started. But I decided to actually go ahead and actually throw a postal party this year. I think it went pretty well, but when it actually happened, I live a little bit, I live in like northwestern Wisconsin, eastern Minnesota, and I had the party planned for like beginning to mid-April, and then we got a blizzard and so I had to shift everything in my schedule and push the party back, and so it was crazy gearing up for the party, and then I had it pushed back, and so then I had more crazy trying to get that all situated and together, and I took off a little bit off, I should say, a little bit more than I could chew, and I bought a ton of like postal fabric and like decided I was gonna make a postal dress, and I did do it, but I was still stitching the morning of the party and still trying to do the challenge. And ironically, this is the first year that I've actually kept pretty good on pace, one letter each day for the challenge, even though things are going like chaos around me with snow and weather and just other things in my life that I have no control over. But I still wanted to kind of check in and see how everyone is doing. I'm not trying to ignore any of the comments or anything. I know I've gotten a ton lately, but I've just been out of my head, I guess is the best way. And I'm filming right now on my way to work, because if I film any later, I'm gonna be out of town. So this is just how my April has been going. I guess the only soothing part really lately and relaxing part is when I can sit down and write a letter. I've been doing it at work mostly, because I have one of those jobs where I kind of have to sit on my bum and like wait for people to like show up for like me to help them. So okay, I'll quit rambling now, and what I did this year is I bought the DIY party pack. There was a couple different ones. There was another party pack that was a little bit cheaper, but that came with like a pouch and then the kits. The one I ordered because it came with like an actual, like the grocery size bag, and then a book, and I'll show you the book right now. And it's actually kind of a cool book. It's called Happy Mail, and this was put out by technically Hello Lucky, is who kind of helped publish this book. The writers are Eunice and Sabrina Moyle. I'm so sorry if I definitely butchered that. And then the subtitle is Keep in Touch with Cool and Stylish Handmade Snail Mail. So when I bought this, I was thinking it was like a pretty standard snail mail book, like along the lines of like Good Mail Day, if you've seen that book. But looking at it, well, I mean, it's a good book. One thing I did notice is it's 8+ on the back, but I mean, I would say it's that age, it was about that age range, I would say. It's not really an adult book in my eyes, but it's definitely good for like if you have an aspiring snail mailer in your house, because it tells you like basic things in here. So for just starting out, letter writing basics, tells you how to start a letter. I think there's, yep, right here, even shows you how to address a letter if you didn't know how to do that already. which is really good for some people, even some adults. They forget how to do that. On my party, actually, someone said, okay, where do you put the return address? Is it up here? And then the other one goes down here. And this was a 20-something. So this book has some great things in it, and it has some actual stationery in the back too. Poop emoji, always good. I don't know if you can see that. But there's actual, like, if you remember them, like the, what do they call them? Fold and seal type stationery, and then there's also actual like birthday cards and things in the back that you can tear out and use and send. So those are that's a really handy book. That's mostly why I bought that kit in the first place, is I saw a cool Snail Mail book and I was like, I want that book. And the other thing is it came with a grocery style bag, which I thought was really cool at first. I unfortunately don't have it right now because I gave it away as a door prize at my party. And one of the reasons that I did that is because for some reason this year, one of the themes of the egg press cards and the write-on overall, they all have like snakes on them. And I know that there's people in like existence that think snakes are really cute. I don't mean to offend you if you're one of those people, but I like was kind of creeped out. I don't know what I thought it was when I was buying it, but I was like, oh, that's a cute design. And then when I got it, and I'm like, there's snakes on everything. And the lady that won the bag is actually my brother's mother-in-law, if you can follow that. She said she didn't even notice the snake on it. So I mean, I guess that's okay, but I was just kind of like, I don't understand why there's a snake on everything. Because I'll show you the two cards that came in the kit this year. There's this yellow one, and the yellow one says, "What's up?" Remember that from like the 90s? I thought that was kind of funny. And I'm thinking that, that it's actually supposed to be like a snake, I guess. That's what I take from it. It doesn't say, it just says on the back like the standard thing that it says every year. Write On began in 2014. Simple effort by Egg Press and Hello Lucky. Connect our friends and loved ones and challenge ourselves to our community to write 30 letters in 30 days. Take the challenge with us. So that's on there, I think, every year. But it doesn't actually say the designer. It says what kind of paper it's on and the copyright and everything, but there's no like actual designer. So I guess I don't know what the story is behind all the snakes this year. But I'm not a snake fan, so I wasn't super overjoyed about, I hate to say that, I don't mean to be mean, but I much rather would have had like a bunch of these ones that have the little blue box on them. And I think this is supposed to be like stacks of mail. That's what I get from it. They kind of have the same theme throughout everything, because there's kind of the same, it's a little bit different color palette for the stickers, but it's the same imagery. They have a snake, and then, the gel pen. I think there's a sticker of the pen every year. And then, the sakura and the leaves this year. I didn't see any leaves in anything else, but there's some leaves and the stickers. So that was kind of cool. And then the envelope. I always wish I could just buy 30 of these envelopes, and then I could just write on there. I did, because I ordered the party pack, I did get as part of my like email digital package, because you get like a playlist and like an invite that you get to use as part of the party pack. And then I got the address labels, and I think you can access the labels even if you don't order a party pack. So I was able to print some of those out and put them on my own stationery, but one thing is the stick doesn't always stick to everything. So I did have that kind of problem. So that's kind of why I just wish I could just order like a package of these envelopes and it says right on there, and then I can guarantee that it's gonna get to the other side and still have the sticker, because I know at least one of my letters didn't make it with the sticker on there. So that's why I wish I could just order those. And of course the you know, the pack normally comes like kind of like this with everything in there, and there's the more about the story, and then this card that you can write who you're writing to. I didn't actually, I don't use these. I have a calendar. You might have seen it before. I can't show it to you right now because there's addresses on there. This is kind of confidential information, but that's what I use instead of this card, because it's easier for me to keep everything in one spot. Because you can just write a name here. I use a calendar to write the actual full address on, and that's how I keep track. And if it's a swap out swap that I'm using as part of this, I can write that on too, little notes. So that's more effective for me. And then of course they always come with a pen. My DIY pack, they sent just like the actual package of pens. I went through myself and put a pen in each one of these packages. So I have 3 of these left, and so the colors that I have left are like the ones people are kind of afraid to use because they weren't sure that it would, I mean, this bright orange. There were some colors that people use. I'm a little like, my mother used a lime green on white, so I'm hoping that goes through. Like, I didn't realize till later that as I was sending the letters that's what she used. So I'm hoping they make it to the other side, but they are really good quality pens, at least in my opinion. I love using them. I save them every year. I've gotten some nice pinks and some blues, and those are really good. They're good quality. The other things I got in the kit, I got a package of faux stamps. I gave that away as a prize. And then that was a package of confetti. I'm not really sure why they included that, but my mother suggested using the confetti to like put in the letter, and then you like open it and it like falls out, and part of me was like, that's really like rude. I think there's a company that makes one where it's glitter and it falls everywhere and it's supposed to be mean. So I don't know if I would use the confetti that way. I just kind of like gave it away with the bag. So now she has the confetti. But the postal party went like really well. We had 6 adults and 4 kids, and everyone wrote a letter. My 4-year-old niece had a blast. She wrote to her cousin. It was mostly scribbles and pictures of spiders, because that's what she can draw right now, is circles with almost like suns. Most of them had more than 8 legs. So I guess that was the theme, spiders and snakes, right? So I think even like some of the infants got involved. We had some, a 1-year-old and a 10-month-old too. And so they got involved too and had some fun. And I was really, really surprised. Because we had to reschedule, we were originally supposed to have it on a Sunday. We were scheduled to a Saturday because of another event that was happening the next day on that Sunday. And because we did it on a Saturday, we actually had a visit from an actual mail carrier, and it was pretty surreal, to me at least. So we were all standing, where we were at for the postal party was like in the back, and the lady that owns the shop that she has like a space in the back where you can like rent it. So the lady that owns the shop brought the postal carrier back to us, and I was just, I mean, it was like the surrealist moment. I can't even tell you. Like when we saw him coming and everyone was like, oh my God. And it was like more than just me, it was kind of like freaking out of like how funny this was, that this real life letter carrier was coming to say hi to our party. And he was in uniform and the whole thing with his bag. And I was like, this is like too unreal. And they're all taking pictures of me with him in my like postcard mail dress. And there's so much chaos. I feel bad I forgot to get his like name. So unnamed postman, thank you. One of the games, we played 3 games. Well, we played, I did a drawing for a door prize, a postal trivia, which people thought they were like gonna do super bad at, but people know more about the postal service than they think they do. People got them like right away. I didn't have to say any clues. People like were actually engaged. Because we also did a contest. We did the Miss Special Delivery, which was a shout out to, the Rita Hayworth segment from Signed Sealed Delivered, where she wins Miss Special Delivery. So that was kind of a callback to Signed Sealed Delivered, and you can see that pictures of who won on my Instagram. She looks so cute. You have to see. We're getting to the end of April, so we're almost done. But if you want to write to me, I never refuse any mail. So if you want to write to me, my address is below. You can always write. I get mail under Marie Loves Mail, so go ahead and just write to Marie Loves Mail, and my P.O. box. They know me at the post office, so they know where it goes. Even if things have gotten sort of lost before, and they've still made it to me because they know me, they know my face, so it will get to me. And then I always write back. So even after the challenge is over, I'm obviously gonna keep pen paling the rest of my life. So definitely keep mailing to me. And as always, don't forget to send some love. Bye.